Welcome you to the video, and our problem is variable size array which is on HackerRank. So basically this is the problem, and this particular problem we are solving in C++ 14. So you can either solve it in 20 or the available versions. So the problem is considered an n element array A, okay, where each index I in the array contain a reference to an array of ki integers. Okay, so here we have an array that have an element, and each index I of that particular array contains a reference to another array. Okay, so where ki varies from array to array. Okay, so ki the size of ki is different at different indices of array A. So diagram, the question given a diagram, so let's see. So this is the array, this is the indices of A array 0 and 1, and yes, this diagram shows the input of this. So and we have array in that particular reference, we have the reference of an array to each index. So this array having k size 3 and this array having k size 5. So if size is different and variable length you can see. So moving towards given A, you must answer Q queries. So we have to answer queries. Each query is in the format of I, j, where I denotes the index of A and J denotes the index of location at A. Okay, so here we have queries I and J, where I denote I, that is 0, denote the indices of A. Okay, the indices of A means these, and another J denotes, that is 1, J denote the indices of array at 0th location. So J is 1, so the index is 0 and 1, so the value is 5. So according to query, yeah, so we got 5 for first query, and then second query we have 1 comma 3. So according to this query we have to go to one location of array A, so 0 and 1, and then we have to go to third location of array that contains at the index 1 of array A, so 0, 1, 2 and 3, so 9. So 9 is the output here. So I think we got clear idea about the question. So let first of all see the input, how input is defined. The first line contains two spaces separated integer denoting the respective values of n, the number of variable length array, and the q number of queries. So first line contains, first is the size of the array, size of array A, how many array that particular A contain. So 2 is the array size, and another 2 is the query, number of query we have to run. So each line I of n subsequent line, okay, contain the space separated sequence in format of k a z I. Okay, so this line say that from the line of where we have to take the array to placing at the indices of A, first value is the size of that array we have to place in at the index of array A. So this is, the size is 3 and the elements are 1, 5, 4, and the size is 5 and the elements are 1, 2, 8, 9, 3. Okay, so basically we get the input format. So each of the q sequence line contains two space separated integers describing the respective value of k. First is I and second is j, that we already got solution. So according to the input we have to take two input n and q. So we have to create integer n comma q, and we have to take input c in n and c in q. Yeah, so we have to take these two array, so we need a loop that run 2 times. So we use, so I am using while loop and minus minus, and I think you understand that how is this loop is going to work. The value of n is 2 and 2 is positive, so that is true, so loop run, and now n become 1, so n is 1 is also positive, now loop run, and then it becomes 0, So 0 is false, so loop will not run. So loop run 2 times. So this is the C. So now what we have to take? We have to take a 3, that is size. So we have to take size. So I'm creating size. For size I am taking k. So int k, scene k, and actually I'm going to create a vector also. So that vector of vector, because we have to put an array inside an array. So we are creating a vector of vector that hold vector that hold vector that hold value int. So v is the vector I have created, and now I am creating another vector that simply hold integer, that I am going to push in that v vector. So vector int, that is my temporary vector I have created, and now I have to run the loop 3 times. So I take in the value in k. So I run while loop again up till k minus minus. This is clear, I think. So I have to take the input. So I have to create integer x, the value, and c in. So what is happening here? We are creating an element x, variable x. We are taking integer x, like 1 is the integer, because we have taken k is equals to 3 and running the loop for 3 times to getting x one by one. And now what we do, we push back this x in vector. So finally we get a vector array that holds these 3 integers. So let's do this. Temp dot pushback. Okay, pushback. What we have to push? Pushback x. We have push x. Now after running this loop up till k, we got this array in temp. Now this is a vector, and our vector v, main vector, holds a vector. So we have to push back this into the v. So v dot pushback, simply push back that particular temp. So here is we push. Now what we need, we have successfully created the array. Now we have to run the query. So I'm running the loop again. This time I use for loop. It's all up to me what loop I want to use. I can also use here while loop again, but let's use for loop that. So int I is equals to we can 0 and up till q. So I is less than q I. So this is the loop. Okay, q is the value, query, number of query. So I need to take I and j, the c in integer. For a, I have declared. So j and ki, j k, I'm declaring a comma b. I'm declaring a comma b for indices, and c in a and c in b. So this is the input I have taken for the query 0 and 1. So now I have to print this particular index, value at this particular index. So what I am going to do is I am printing the output like cout. What I have to print, that is the value at this location, v, a and b. So I'm going to do v, a and b simply, and the line. So this is the simple output, and now I think my program is completed, and this will give me the perfect output. So congratulations, we have successfully completed this problem. Now submit for the test case. So yeah, yeah. So this is the solution. I think you okay. Introduction. This is the last question of introduction I'm solving. So basically, this is the method of implementing this problem, and I think I made this clear to you, and thank you for watching.